Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Ancillary workers at Anchovy High School stage protests. Operations at the St. James-based Anchovy High School were disrupted this morning after auxiliary workers staged a protest calling for the removal of the school's bursar. The upset workers padlocked the school's gate. This left scores of students who are scheduled to sit exams stranded. Among the workers' grouses are claims of disrespect by the bursar and tardy payment of salaries. Members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force were present to maintain order. Nicolene Robinson Brown, a member of the school board who represents auxiliary staff, said that the issues have been ongoing since last November. Our salary is being late over and over, and we are tired of it now. The principal and the chairman have been talking to her, the bursar, and nothing is happening, Robinson Brown explained. Meanwhile, several students sided the workers, declaring that educators should be paid in a timely manner. They also lamented the impact of the protest would have on their examinations, which should have started at 9 a.m. A team from the Jamaica Fire Brigade eventually arrived and removed the padlock from the gate, allowing the students to enter the compound. Nigel Golab, chairman of the Anchovy High School, said that a meeting was scheduled for June 4 to address the concerns of the auxiliary staff. Laborer dies in Old Harbour house fire. A man was killed in a house fire in Marlin Crescent West, Old Harbour, St. Catherine on Sunday. He is 47-year-old laborer Larry White. It is reported that about 5:15 p.m., fire was seen coming from the premises and the police and fire department were contacted. When the cooling down operation subsided, White's charred remains were seen among the debris. The scene was processed and the body was removed to the morgue. Murder convict Lyndell Powell should be sentenced to life imprisonment, says DPP. Director of Public Prosecutions DPP Paula Llewellyn wants murder convict Lyndell Powell to be sentenced to life imprisonment with eligibility for parole between 20 to 28 years. Llewellyn made the recommendation this morning as the Court of Appeal began hearing the first case brought by prosecutors since the law was changed last year, giving limited right of appeal against acquittals and sentences. Powell, who is from Westmoreland, was sentenced last December to 12 years imprisonment on 2 counts of murder following his guilty plea. With the sentences running concurrently, Powell would only serve 12 years. However, Supreme Court Justice Bertrand Morrison, who tried the case, ruled that he would be eligible for parole after serving 10 years. Powell pleaded guilty to the January 2017 murder of Oral McIntosh and Ida Clark, who took place in Westmoreland. These offenses were products of great violence and planned procedures on the part of the accused and his confederates, and for those sentences, as they have been handed down by the learned sentence judge to stand, it would not only continue to shock the public conscience, but it would have the potential to undermine the public's confidence in the administration of justice, Llewellyn argued. At the time of his murder conviction, Powell had conviction for 2 firearm offenses and was sentenced in August 2019 to 18 months imprisonment on each count. The DPP, who argued that the sentence was unduly lenient, also said a fixed sentence was inappropriate, especially given Powell's previous conviction. Court of Appeal Justice Frank Williams, Nicole Simmons, and Evan Brown are hearing the matter. Powell is being represented by attorney at law Danae Marley Barrett. The court was adjourned at 1 p.m. and will resume tomorrow at 9 a.m. Airport worker in custody after $1 million drug bust. A ramped attendant was taken into custody following a drug seizure at the Sangster International Airport in St. James on Sunday night. According to Senior Superintendent Wayne Cameron, commanding officer of the Ports Division, 1 kilogram of a white powdery substance resembling cocaine was found in the man's presence at the security checkpoint at the airport around 10:21 p.m. The drug was found when the accused man attempted to enter the grounds of the airport in a vehicle operated by the ground and cargo handling company to which he is employed. 2 packages made from grey dust tape were seen behind the driver's seat, Cameron reported. It is further reported that the man fled the vehicle when he was confronted regarding the find. However, the airport police were summoned and he was accosted in the staff parking lot of the airport, the senior cop reported. Further checks of the packages reveal that they were from grey dust tape, transparent plastic, and black rubber material, which may contain in white substance resemblance cocaine, weighing approximately 1 kg, Cameron added. The vehicle was seized. The Narcotics Division of the Jamaica Constabulary Force is investigating The estimated street value of the cocaine found is $1 million. Man gunned down in Negril. A man was gunned down in the resort town of Negril, Westmoreland on Sunday. He has been identified as 45-year-old Oral Wright of a Negril address. Wright had just arrived home about 4 a.m. when he was attacked. Residents heard explosions and called the police, who found Wright suffering from bullet wounds. He was pronounced dead at hospital. Police recovered stolen cell phones, appealed to robbery victims to come forward. Police assigned to the Kingston East and Narcotics Division say they have recovered a number of stolen cell phones and are asking anyone who may have been victims of robberies in the division to come forward to identify their property. In a release from the Police Corporate Communications Unit, the lawmen shared that the stolen items were recovered during an operation in Kingston 2 area recently. Members of the public who believe their cell phones may be among the items recovered are being asked to contact the Ellington Road Police at 876-928-1261. The Woman Who Made Me. Though the loss of his supermom, Delslyn Clark Grant, has left Ron Muschette heartbroken, the radio broadcaster is determined to keep her memory alive by paying homage to the woman he said has touched the lives of many people across Western Jamaica. Clark Grant, affectionately called Miss Patsy, passed away on May 21st at Falmouth Hospital, just 4 days after celebrating her 82nd birthday. She had reportedly been ill since 2018 after experiencing a major stroke, which left her bedridden. Reminiscing on his mother's life, the broadcaster told reporters that he is grateful to not only share very fond memories with Miss Patsy, but to have been there with her until the very end. She was the star dressmaker in White House, Westmoreland, while I was growing up. People would bring magazines to show Mama what they want out of it, and she would make it for them. When it was back to school time, children and parents would line up. Every minute, them and Mama in an argument about uniform, said an obviously proud Muschette. I was basically with her up to the last moment because she lived with me in Montego Bay. What I tried to do was, even though I had 2 caregivers for her, I would still go back to Montego Bay every day after my radio show to just make sure she is good. I would drive to Kingston every morning at 3 a.m. and drive back after my show, explained Muschette, host of the Ron Muschette Morning Show on The Edge 105 FM, a member of the Jamaica Observer Media Group. Describing his mother as his everything and the woman who made me, Muschette told reporters that Clark Grant's ambition and love for her children were both admirable and inspiring. My earliest memory is just of how hardworking she was. She was always finding a way because my sister and I never really had a father figure until she got married to my stepfather, so she tried everything to make sure that all of us got a good education. She had always believed in me, and she wanted me just to keep going. She loved all her children dearly, Muschette said, adding that his mother had 7 children. When I was about 9 years old, she sent me to Montego Bay to live with my brother. That is how I actually grew up and attended school in Mobay. She would just do whatever it took to get the best for her children. Everybody always say that their mother is the best mother in the world, but to me, she was that mother, he proudly said, while adding that his mother was a devoted Christian. Clark Grant's children weren't the only ones that adored her, Muschette noted. She was a favorite among the school children in the White House area because we lived close to the schools. She was very popular in the area, so her death kind of heartbreaking for the people there because they really love her, said the broadcaster. As a grandmother, she was just as nice. She had 11 grandchildren, some of them grew up with her, but she loved all of them equally, he said. Miss Patsy, Muschette told reporters, was a fighter. Before suffering from 2 major strokes, she was involved in a motor vehicle crash, a story she shared with her children as they grew older. Just a little bit before I was born, my mother was in a very bad motor vehicle accident. 2 people who were in the vehicle died and my mother was badly injured. So they just threw her by the side of the road and said, "The one you dead, man." My mother said she cried out, "No, me not dead." She was truly a fighter, he said. While Muschette will certainly miss the times he shared with his mother, the broadcaster is comforted by the fact that Clark Grant knew that she was loved and appreciated by her family. I would take her for a drive every now and again. We kept her moving even though she could no longer walk. I would take her on nice trips. I would make sure that she knew what it felt like to fly on an airplane before she got sick. I just love her, and I do so openly, Mushet stated. Now, as he attempts to pick up the pieces, the grieving son has credited his village for their assistance in not only taking care of his mother, but providing emotional support. I have to big up my Aunt Dawn because she was the best of my mother's siblings who came around and really helped me with my mother. Auntie Dawn helped me to take care of my mother up until her last day, Mushet said. I am also grateful to Uncle Roy, Uncle Terry, and Uncle Sir, who check on her regularly. I have to also big up the Observer family, Natalie Chin, Maureen and others, Mrs. Mushet from Royal Pharmacy, and all of her caregivers, including my cousin Parlene Forbes, Mushet said. The broadcaster added, "Me want big up my friend Primetime too, because he followed me to the hospital every day. He has really been a good soldier." Jamaica reports 487 new COVID cases. Active cases climbed to 3,338. With Jamaica on Sunday reporting 487 new cases of COVID-19, there are now 3,338 confirmed active cases of the virus on the island. The latest numbers bring the total number of cases recorded on the island since the start of the pandemic to 137,076. Of the newly reported cases, there were 287 females and 200 males, with ages ranging from 3 months to 94 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 101, St. Catherine 87, Manchester 52, St. Elizabeth 46, St. James 43, Clarendon 34, Westmoreland 23, St. Anne 22, St. Thomas 22, St. Mary 20, Trelawney 16, Hanover 12, and Portland 9. Meanwhile, one virus-related death was recorded in the last 24 hours, pushing the total death toll to 3,056. The latest fatality is a 71-year-old male from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in October 2021. Another death was also reported under investigation. According to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the country also recovered 70 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 86,973. The country's positivity rate for the latest batch of testing is 35.5%. Approximately 125 patients have been hospitalized, 2 of them critically ill. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.